Kung Fu Fighting Skills, Wushu Sanda of China. Volume 1. Sanshou literally means free hand, and it is the name of Chinese-style free sparring. It is also known as Sǎndǎ, or free strike. Sanshou has a long history in China and is thriving as a modern competition sport today. There are 3 main methods of attack in modern Sanshou. These are Ti, Da, and Shui. Ti means kick, Da means hit, punching, and Shui means throw. These methods combine long-range fighting, short-range fighting, and close combat throws. The influence of modern Sanshou has improved the techniques of martial arts, raising their quality, particularly in close-range combat. The formulation of Sanshou has made it into a spectacular modern sport that promotes friendship and camaraderie and improves the practitioner's willpower. These instructional videos begin with the basics and gradually teach all of the important techniques of Sanshou. Demonstrating here are many of China's top fighters.
Li Shiying,
the professor of the Beijing Physical College.
Wang Shiying
is the best fighter on China's national team. He captured both the World Game and the Asian Game Championships.
Feng Kuang
is the 65-kilogram world champion.
Zhang Hesong
is the 75-kilogram North-South champion of China.
Yang Jian
is the 60-kilogram national champion of China.
Fu Peizhao
is the Chinese national minor group champion.
Chen Qingsheng
is the 48-kilogram northern champion of China's North-South Championships.
Xue Yuewen, Xue Yuewu.
Both of these brothers are members of the noted Beijing Physical College Sanshou team.
Lu Guang
is also a member of that team. Basic techniques.
Quan,
fist. To make a fist, your 5 fingers curl back tightly. Your thumb presses on your fingers. The pocket in your fist, made by your palm, is called the fist heart. When the fist heart faces the ground, it is also called level fist. The pocket in your fist, made by your thumb and first finger, is called the fist eye. When your fist eye faces upward, it is called upright fist. You must always hold your fist tightly. Your wrist must be aligned with your arm and your punch must be level. Basic techniques. Stance. Starting position. Your feet are distant shoulder apart with your weight evenly distributed between both legs. One leg is in front and the other is to the rear. Bend your lead leg a little. Curl your toes as if to grab the ground. Keep your weight evenly distributed. When you stand, your heels lightly touch the ground. Bow stance. Your front leg bent is bent while your rear leg is straight. Your heels lift off the ground a little bit. Your weight is still distributed evenly between legs. The distance between your feet depends on where you can move easily. High empty stance. Bend both your knees slightly. Your front leg touches very lightly. All your weight is on your rear leg. Single leg stance. Lift one of your legs upward and with your other leg straight down, holding the ground firmly. Do not lock your supporting leg straight. T-stance. One of your legs is empty and the other is solid. Both of your knees are slightly bent. The empty leg lifts up a little. The purpose is to be able to move easily and freely. Horse stance. Bend both your legs with your weight evenly distributed. Do not separate your legs too wide. Base the distance between your feet on being able to move freely. Half horse stance. This stance is almost the same as Ma Bu, but your front leg points forward and your weight is more to the rear leg. Crouching stance. Bend your rear leg and straighten your front leg with all your toes grabbing the ground. Kneel down into a low stance. Your upper body must be straight. Basic techniques. Footwork. Combat position. Your legs stand like in starting position. Both of your legs form fists with both fist eyes facing upwards. Your front hand is the height of your nose. Your rear elbow touches your body. Stand at an angle, not facing straight. Tuck your chin and close your teeth. Your face and front fists are directed toward your opponent. The purpose of this stance, so you can move freely while maintaining a tight defense that opponents cannot penetrate. Step forward. Your front leg steps forward a half step, and then your back leg immediately follows. Do not make the half step too big. Maintain your upper body posture. Be quick with the step. Step backward. Your back leg step backward, a half step, and then your front leg immediately follows. It is the same as the step forward, only reverse. Step upward. Your back leg steps forward so that it becomes your front leg. Simultaneously, your hands change position. Do not wave your body. Remove step. Your front leg steps backwards so that it becomes your rear leg. Again, your hands change positions. Your weight is toward your rear leg. Planting step. Your rear leg steps so that your legs are crossed. After you do a cross step, you have to quickly return to a beginning posture. Crouch step. Your left leg steps one step to the left. Your right leg bends down close to your left. At the same time, your right hand punches forward and downward. Your left hand pulls back by your chin. This is used as a defensive movement. Your weight is on your front leg sinking downward. Be prepared to take an offensive position. Lightning step. Your left leg steps to the left at half step, and then your right leg glides back. Simultaneously, turn your body almost 90 degrees. When you do this, you must be light and quick. Changing step. Both your legs switch simultaneously. Strike the ground with both of your legs like a jumping change. Simultaneously switch your fists. Do not jump too high. This would reveal your intention to your opponent. Maintain your upper body posture. Cover step. Step forward slightly to your left. Your right leg steps forward as you lift your left heel. Place your weight on your right leg. There should be no upward or downward movement from your body. Do not step too wide or too narrow. Padding step. Your left leg strikes the ground after moving forward, close to your front leg. Lift your front leg up as your standing leg steps forward a few times. Do not jump up, just move quickly. Pass over step. Your right leg rushes forward one step to strike the ground. Your left leg follows immediately, crossing back over your right leg. In this step, your body cannot shake. This must be fast. Footwork training. One of the most important aspects of training is footwork. In combat, both opponents struggle to keep proper distance. Through proper use of your footwork, you can occupy a better position in order to strike or defend. If you do not have effective offensive defense, then it is only empty talk. Everything is useless. Footwork training has the following methods: self-practice, practice following the teacher's patterns, two-person offense-defense practice, and group practice. Fist method. Left straight fist. Strike the ground with your right leg as your left fist punches straight forward. Your upper body does not lean forward. Your elbow turns slightly inward. Power comes from the shoulder through the elbow. This is a straightforward punch on one offensive line that is usually used as a close distance strike. It can be changed very easily. Its power is that it moves freely. Its weakness is that it is not very strong. By changing it from high to low or from left to right, you can strike your opponent differently. It can be used offensively, defensively, or as feint to change to other strikes. This is the most common offensive attack. In Sanshou, the body is divided into 3 targets: above the chest, above the waist, below the waist. When opponents are at a standoff, you can break through with a sudden step forward or upward and a left straight punch. When your opponent advances, you can step to the left, blocking with your right and punching with your left to his head. When your opponent attacks your upper body target area, you can duck and counter with a straight punch to his middle target area. When your opponent attacks with a left hook punch, you can counter with the same technique. Drop into ma bu to duck between and punch. When your opponent attacks with a left kick to your body, you can step forward and use your left punch to his upper target area, changing from defense to offense. Before he kicks, you must already be there. Start later than your opponent, but end with your strike first. When your opponent attacks by attempting to grab your legs, you can punch him in the head. When your opponent catches your kick, you can quickly move your body forward and punch him in the head. When your opponent attacks with a left punch, you can block with your rear arm and punch him in the head. Right straight fist. Strike the ground with your right leg and turn your body slightly. Your left hand pulls back to your body. Power is generated from your right foot, passing through your waist, then your shoulder, then your elbow, so it uses your whole body. Return to your guard position by using your waist to pull your elbow back. This is usually used as an offensive strike. It has a longer range, plus more power since you generate power from your leg and waist. In a moment of stillness, quickly advance and strike with right straight punch to his upper body target. When your opponent attacks with a left punch to your head, duck down and strike with a straight punch to his middle body area. When your opponent attacks with a swinging punch to your head, respond the same as before. Duck down and strike with a straight punch to his middle body area. When your opponent attacks with a right straight punch to your head, duck down again and strike with a straight punch to his middle body area. When your opponent attacks with a right punch to your middle body area, use your left hand to block the punch downward and then strike with your right punch. When your opponent attacks with a right swinging punch to your head, use your left hand to block the punch outward and then strike with your right punch to the head or chest. When your opponent attacks with a right roundhouse kick to your lower body area, use your left hand to block your lower body and then strike with your right punch. When your opponent attacks with a right roundhouse kick to your upper body area, use your left hand to block your upper body and then strike with your right punch. Left sweeping fist. Turn your body slightly into the punch. Your upper body turns to the right. At the same time, your left fist punches at 45 degrees. Bend your elbow and the heart of your fist points downward. All of your power comes out in this punch. Open your right fist and bring your fist to your face to protect your chin. Your power comes from pivoting your waist. When you execute this punch, your elbow bends. Your elbow is at the same level with your shoulder. In this punch, your body moves horizontally instead of straight forward. You can use a combination of upper, lower, and middle height postures to throw different strikes to target the temple or the waist. In a moment of stillness, quickly advance with a lightning step and punch him in the head. This can only be used to counter a straight punch. When your opponent attacks with a right sweeping punch, duck beneath and punch him in the flank. When your opponent attacks with a left uppercut to your middle body area, block with your right arm and punch him in the head. When your opponent attacks with a left roundhouse, use your right arm to block and punch him in the head. Right sweeping fist. Your right leg strikes the floor and turns inward. Simultaneously, your waist turns to the right. Your right fist strikes outward, then inward in an arc. Retract your left fist and open it to a palm to protect your face. Your legs and waist turns together. Your shoulder, elbow, and waist are all the same level, moving horizontally. If your power comes from striking the ground with your leg, passing through your waist, it can have more impact. Since this movement is longer, you must be sure to make it tighter, avoiding getting too wide. This punch is used more for continuous punches or counter punches. When opponents are holding position, bend down and feint with a left strike punch to bring your opponent's guard downward and then punch him in the head. Or use a left feint to the head to bring your opponent's guard upward and then punch him in the body. When your opponent attacks with a front kick to your middle target area, use your front hand to block the kick. Close in instantly and strike with your right sweeping punch to his middle target area. When your opponent attacks with a right uppercut, use your left arm to block and then punch him in the head. When your opponent attacks with a roundhouse kick, block with your left hand, close in instantaneously, and strike with your right sweeping punch to his upper body area. Left uppercut fist. Sink your weight downward. Your left fist travels from low to high for the strike. Your elbow is bent 90 to 110 degrees with your left heart facing inward. Striking the floor with your front leg and twisting your waist will increase the power of your punch. There is also a spiraling energy from the elbow and adds power to this punch. Proper turning of your waist right and inward moves the power burst out. This is an up and down movement, not straight or horizontal. It is good for a short distance strike to the upper body area or middle body area, specifically the chest or the chin. When your opponent attacks with a left sweeping punch, turn your body to the left and counter strike with your left uppercut punch of the body. When your opponent attacks by attempting to grab your legs, strike with your left uppercut punch. Right uppercut fist. Strike the ground with your right leg, bending your knees as your waist turns leftward. At the same time, your right fist punches from low to high. Your elbow is bent 90 to 110 degrees. Pull your left arm back. Your power comes from moving your foot and waist in one continuous motion. Your arm spirals inward and outward to gain power. This attack is used the most offensively. It has a short striking distance. You borrow power from striking the ground and turning the waist to increase impact. When used correctly, you can stop offensive throws and have more power. When your opponent attacks with a right sweeping punch to your head, use your left arm to block and then strike with your right uppercut punch to hit any part above your opponent's knees. When your opponent attacks with a right sweeping punch to your middle attack area, use your left elbow to block and then follow with your right uppercut punch. When your opponent attacks by attempting to grab your legs, reverse your legs to open the distance and then strike with your right uppercut punch to the head. Flicking fist. Quickly flick your fist outward and then pull it inward. Throw your energy out and back to get power to your punch. Extend your waist outward, then inward. Before you strike, your left arm muscle relaxes. Then use your chi to push the power out. Hollow your chest. Your power comes from your shoulder through your elbow to your fist. After you strike, pull back your fist immediately. This fist is surprising, explosive, fast, and long distance. Use this flicking fist more often as a feint to be followed up with other striking movements. You initiate with a flicking fist to the head or chest, then quickly follow the padding step and kick. whip fist. In this right punch, you turn backwards 180 degrees. Pass your right leg behind your left leg as you pull your fist inward to your chest. Your upper body turns continuously 90 degrees. Then your right elbow comes out to whip your fist for the strike as you complete your 180 degrees turn. Turn quickly. You cannot stop. Your posture must be steady, not shaky. Turn your waist. Your elbow follows your waist turning. Your head turns first, followed by your shoulder. This is a horizontal movement. Since this borrows momentum from the turning of your body, this strike is bigger and longer. It is very good for turning from defensive movement to offensive movement, coming out very suddenly by surprise. It covers a bigger area, so there is more space to generate momentum and increase power. When opponents are holding position, execute a left feint. Then turn your body from the right backwards, using a right leg planting step. Strike out with your right whip punch. When your opponent attacks with a left straight punch, your right leg passes your left leg as you turn your body to avoid the punch. Follow with your right whipping punch to his head. When your opponent continually presses you, you act defensive, and then suddenly you turn around to strike with your right whip punch to his side. Fist combinations. Left, right, straight fist. There are two continuous punches. When you pull your first fist backwards, follow with the second punch immediately. When you punch to your right, pull back to your left to protect your chin. Left, right sweep fist. Your left sweep punch should not be too big. After punching, pull your fist back quickly to protect your chin. Left, right uppercut fist. Throw these punches quickly without making your waist turn too big. Again, pull your fist back quickly to protect your chin. Left, straight fist. Right, sweep fist. Throwing your left straight punch and then pull it back quickly. Relax your shoulder. Strike the ground with your feet. Turn your waist and follow with a right sweep punch. Left sweep fist. Right straight fist. Your left sweep punch should not be too big. After the left sweep punch, your right leg follows as you turn your waist. Follow up with a straight punch. Left flicking fist. Turn body. Right whip fist. After your left flicking strike, pull your fist back quickly, then strike the ground with your right leg, quickly turning your body 180 degrees, but watch your balance. Then strike with the right whip fist. Left sweep fist, right uppercut fist. After left sweep punch, quickly pull your fist back to your face and simultaneously turn your waist to the left and follow with right hand uppercut. Right sweep fist, left uppercut fist. When you do the right sweep punch, your body turns left and ducks a little. Duck to collect your power, and then turn your waist to the right for the left uppercut fist. Left uppercut fist, right sweep fist. Your right fist shows no sign of movement. Then suddenly strike with the left uppercut punch. Turn your waist to the left with your shoulder carrying your right fist, then strike your opponent with a right sweep punch. Leg methods. Heel kick. Move your body weight forward so one leg is straight or slightly bent. Your body turns slightly left. Bend your kicking leg, lift your knee high and kick out. Your heel leads your kick with your power going all the way to your heel. The center of your foot presses down so the power goes to the front part of your foot. Bend your knees and lift high for a short explosive burst of power. This movement is fast and continuous. This kick uses the power from your heel when you kick outward, so when you strike, you press out through the ball of your foot, kick him away, or even knock him down. When face to face with your opponent, you initiate the heel kick to opponent's body. When opponent steps forward to attack, use your heel kick before they strike you. When you and your opponent are in the middle of punching each other, suddenly bend your knee and use your heel kick to separate yourselves. When your opponent attacks to your head, block with your fist, then strike with your heel kick. When your opponent strikes with a kick to your upper body, block with your hands and return a kick at the same time to push him away. When your opponent attacks with a stamp kick, use your heel kick to counter, striking his leg to his middle part of the body. When your opponent attacks with a side kick, before he can kick, block it by using a heel kick. When your opponent attacks with a reverse hook kick, strike with a heel kick to block it. Before he executes the kick, you kick his back, hips, or upper leg area. You initiate as he turns his back. Back heel kick. Left back heel kick. Turn your body backward and leftward. Bend your knees and your hands to cover your face. Bend your elbow and drop downward. Your right hand covers your head and left hand bends elbow and drops by your side of your body. Right leg stands straight or bends a little to support your body's weight. Lift your left leg from curling to extending. Your front foot points downward and your heel leans outward. your power goes all the way to the heel. Right back heel kick. Turn your body backward and rightward. Both your hands are in fists placed in front of your chest. Your left leg is straight or slightly bent to support your weight. Lift your right leg, turn backward and strike. Your heel leads the kick. When you turn backwards, turn your head first. Hook your kicking leg upward with your toes pointing downward. Your heel strikes first. When you kick, you must tighten up your waist muscles and watch your balance. The nickname of this kick is the tiger tail kick. Its advantage is that it is misleading. When you turn around, your back is to the opponent, then suddenly you kick. Direct back kick. When your back is to your opponent, strike with a direct back kick. Planting, step, back heel kick. When you have a little more distance, cross step to close the distance and kick his chest. Whip, fist, back heel kick. Turn around and strike with a whip fist to his head. Follow up with a back kick to his chest. Back heel kick to counter a straight punch. When your opponent attacks with a left straight punch, turn right so your weight is on your right leg. Lean back to avoid the punch and kick to his middle target area. Back heel kick to counter a sweeping punch. When your opponent attacks with a sweeping punch, block and turn your body to strike him with a heel kick to his middle target area. Hook kick, back heel kick. Attack first with a hook kick to his shin, then follow up immediately with a back kick to his body. This concludes part 1 of our Sanshou series. In part 2, you will be introduced to kicking techniques. The stamp, roundhouse, crescent, hook, sweep kicks, and more. You'll learn how to combine leg and fist techniques for effective fighting combinations. You'll also learn the jewel of Sanshou, throwing techniques along with conditioning methods, combat drills, and more. Both tapes together form a complete training series that prepare you for the world of Sanshou fighting. Kung Fu Fighting Skills, Wushu Sanda of China, Volume 2. This is the continuation of Sanshou series part 1. Sanshou literally means free hand, and it is the name of Chinese-style free sparring. It is also known as Sǎndǎ, or free strike. Sanshou has a long history in China and is thriving as a modern competition sport today. There are 3 main methods of attack in modern Sanshou. These are Ti, Da, and Shui. Ti means kick, Da means hit, punching, and Shui means throw. These methods combine long-range fighting, short-range fighting, and close combat throws. The influence of modern Sanshou has improved the techniques of martial arts, raising their quality, particularly in close-range combat. The formulation of Sanshou has made it into a spectacular modern sport that promotes friendship and camaraderie and improves the practitioner's willpower. These instructional videos begin with the basics and gradually teach all of the important techniques of Sanshou. Demonstrating here are many of China's top fighters.
李世英
The professor of the Beijing Physical College
王世英
is the best fighter on China's national team. He captured both the World Game and the Asian Game Championships.
冯况
Is the 65-kilogram world champion.
张鹤松
Is the 75-kilogram North-South champion of China.
杨健
Is the 60-kilogram national champion of China.
傅培昭
Is the Chinese national minor group champion.
陈庆生
Is the 48-kilogram northern champion of China's North-South Championships.
薛岳文、薛岳武
Both of these brothers are members of the noted Beijing Physical College Sanshou team.
陆光
Is also a member of that team. Stamp kick. Left stamp kick. Your right leg is straight or slightly bent. Your left leg bends to lift upward. The front part of your foot hooks back. Kick out with your heel straight out towards your opponent. The sole of your foot is directly facing your opponent. Power goes through your sole. Your upper body can lean forward slightly. Right stamp kick. Turn 180 degrees to your right. Your upper body, upper leg, lower leg, and sole form one straight line. Your upper leg pushes power out. This technique is used a lot in competition, so there are many variations. It is fast, very powerful, and difficult to prevent. It has so many variations that it can be used at different distances. Low stamp kick. Step forward and kick their lower target area. Middle stamp kick. Step forward and kick their middle target area. High stamp kick. Step forward and kick their upper target area. Planting step, stamp kick. Cross step forward and kick to the face. Step backward, stamp kick. When your opponent steps forward to kick, you step backward with your front leg and hit his body. Inside extended stamp kick. When your opponent steps forward trying to strike or kick, turn your body forward to avoid their strike, then kick them. Block with stamp kick. When your opponent lifts up your legs to kick, strike with your stamp kick to block his kick. Block and stamp kick. When your opponent strikes with a high left punch, use your right arm to block his strike and then use the same side leg to kick his body. Change stamp kick. Use your forward leg to kick. When your opponent steps backward, bring your front leg down to step forward and use your back leg to strike again to his head. Continuous stamp kick. When your opponent steps forward, use your first kick to hit his knees. When he lifts knee to counter, follow with another kick with the same leg to hit higher. Punch, then stamp kick. Punch to your opponent's head. Follow up with your left leg moving forward, then kick him in the chest. Avoid kick, stamp kick. Avoid his kick by stepping back with both legs. Turn your body slightly as your opponent uses a stamp kick to strike you. Retaliate with a stamp kick. Roundhouse kick. Left roundhouse kick. Your upper body turns rightward and leans downward slightly. Start your kick out with your left leg. Kick out to your left upper direction with a horizontal sweeping movement so your power goes all the way to the top of the foot. Lock your ankle. Right roundhouse kick. Point your left knee outward slightly so your body can turn to your right. Lock your ankle. All your power goes all the way down to the top of your foot. Use your body turn to bring out a sweeping movement. Your action has to be continuous, fast movement. This is frequently used in the real combat situation because it has a lot of power and is very fast. When used efficiently, it can hurt your opponent pretty bad. But the problem is that because it is a curved sweeping movement, your opponent might see it coming and could prevent it. So it is most important to achieve a faster kick that betrays no sign of your intention. When your opponent steps forward and tries to strike and see you in a gap in his middle target area, attack with a left kick to hit his middle target area. Attack with your left punch to hit his head first. When your opponent blocks, use the kick to hit his head. When you attack with a punch to head and your opponent avoids with a step backward, turn your body to the left and attack with a right kick. When your opponent has his weight on his forward leg, use a right kick to strike his lower body. When your opponent attacks with a right straight punch to your chest, your left hand presses downward to block. Attack with a left kick to his middle target area. When your opponent attacks with a right punch, turn to the left to avoid the punch while attacking with a right straight punch, followed by a right kick to his chest. Lead with a left fake punch to the head, then use your right kick to kick him in the head. Left turning body, outside crescent kick. When your right leg steps in front of your left leg, turning your body leftward 360 degrees. When you turn your body, lean slightly and your leg swings out. Your left leg swings from back to front as you extend your leg straight. All your power goes all the way to the heart of your foot. Right turning body, outside crescent kick. The right kick is exactly the same as the left kick except reversed. Your eyesight leads your foot. This action is a horizontal movement. When you are stuck with a straight linear attack, you can use this to suddenly change the direction and get results. Usually you stop from a fake movement. The execution is very quick. It must be determined fast and on target. Use a left punch to fake your opponent and then kick with your right outside crescent to strike his middle target area. Forward sweep kick. Your left leg steps forward one step, bending at your knee. Use this as your axis to turn your body left, swinging your right leg. Extend your leg outwards, touching the ground, making a large curved sweep. Pull inward from your foot heart. All the energy goes through the foreleg. Reverse sweep kick. Bend your left leg and touch the ground with both of your hands. Your right leg is going to sweep backwards to the full circle. Extend your leg straight so your energy goes out to the foreleg, just like before. The speed must be very fast to increase the power of the sweep. In the middle of the fight, if you suddenly drop down, an inexperienced opponent will be surprised and freeze for a moment. Then it is very easy to pull them down. The front leg sweep can be used as a counter-attack. When your opponent attacks, counter-attack with a front sweep to kick his heel and break his balance. When your opponent attacks with a front kick, drop down suddenly to avoid the kick. Kneel and simultaneously counter-attack with the front sweep kick against the forward leg of his standing leg. When your opponent attacks with a punch with his right leg forward, drop and attack with a reverse sweep to strike his heel. When your opponent attacks with a high stamp kick, drop and attack with a reverse sweep to his supporting leg. Hook kick. Bend your knee outward and turn your body 180 degrees. Turn left for a right kick and right for a left kick. Pull your toes back to form a hook with your ankle. Touch the ground with your heel. All of your strength goes to your feet. This is an arch-shaped movement. Do not wave your body. Accelerate into your kick and make sure your body is balanced. Your kick must be on target. Usually you kick the supporting leg to break their balance when your opponent's weight is on their forward leg. When used in combat, it is usually used in combination with a punch for the best effect. Direct hook kick. When your opponent's weight is on his front leg, attack with a hook kick. If it is the right leg, use left hook kick. And if it is the left leg, use right hook kick. When your opponent attacks you with a kick, use the hook kick as an action to strike the heel of his supporting leg. Leg combinations. Left heel kick, right stamp kick. Follow your left kick quickly with your right kick. After your first heel kick, turn your body and deliver a right side kick. Left heel kick, right roundhouse kick. As soon as your leg drops down from the first kick, turn your body and deliver the following kick. Be careful to keep your body balanced. left heel kick, back heel kick. As soon as your leg drops down from your first left kick, turn your body to the right. Quickly turn around so your back faces your opponent, then execute another left leg, back heel kick. Left heel kick, turn body, right outside crescent kick. After your first kick, drop your leg, turning the inside of your leg inward, and turn your body. Your leg follows your body turn for a quick swinging kick. Right hook kick, right stamp kick. Contract your abdominal and groin area. Extend your leg straight out and sweep horizontally. Then bend your leg. Do not betray any sign of your next kick. Double right stamp kick. After you strike with your first kick, put your leg down and deliver the second kick with increased speed and energy. After your first kick, shuffle step forward to deliver the second kick. This must be very fast and continuous. There can be no delay between kicks. Fist and leg combinations. Left straight fist, right heel kick. Lead with your left punch. Step forward with your right leg, and then kick out with your left leg to your opponent's body. Right straight fist, left roundhouse kick. After a fast punch, turn your body slightly to the right and follow up with a left roundhouse kick. Turn your waist slightly. Right straight fist, right stamp kick. Beginning by turning your waist, then strike out with your right punch. Turn your body to the right and simultaneously strike with your kick. Borrow the energy from a quick strike to the floor. Turn your body and use the leaning posture of your body to deliver the kick. Right straight fist, right roundhouse kick. Start with a right straight punch. After your right leg steps forward, contract your abdomen, turn your body and kick out with your right leg in an arch-shaped movement. Bend your knee before you kick out. It is a curved horizontal kick upwards. Left roundhouse kick, left straight fist, right sweeping fist. After your first kick, everything must be continuous and smooth. Deliver your attacks one by one. These have to be fast with no hesitations. Right sweeping fist, right hook kick. Turn your waist, bending your shoulder inward and punch. You curve the punch, and then when you strike with your hook kick, contract your abdomen muscles. Right whip fist, outside crescent kick. Your head turns first. Your body follows your head for punch. Then your left foot strikes the floor and extends out for the kick. The punch and the kick is a continuous movement. Straight fist, turn body, outside crescent kick. After your punch, your left leg bends slightly, and then simultaneously your right leg delivers a kick. Throwing method. There are two applications of throwing methods, attack and defense. Attack, which also includes counterattack, is called
抱摔
meaning to throw. Defense is called
接腿摔，
meaning leg catch, throw. Grab throat, strike leg. When your opponent attacks with a left straight punch to your head, block outwards with your right forearm. Your left hand passes over your opponent's shoulder to grab his neck, then throw him over. Use the back outside of your right left in line with your left leg. Turn your body and then throw your opponent overhead. Grab his neck tightly and turn your body in a smooth, quick movement. Grab throat past your back. When your opponent attacks with a straight punch to your head, bend his elbow and grab his neck tightly. Simultaneously, bend your leg and your body, using them to lift him up and throw him over. Your right leg is parallel to your left leg. Grabbing his neck and turning must be fast. Bending your body and kicking your leg must be smooth and continuous. Catch leg, strike forward. When your opponent attacks with a straight punch to your head, grab their legs tightly, bending your body and pull forwards. Use your left shoulder to push forward and throw him over. Focus on these 3 points. Bending your legs, grabbing his legs, and hitting hard with your shoulder. Catch leg, reverse sweep leg. When your opponent attacks you with a side kick, step forward and kick his standing leg. Turn your body left into a bow stance and use your chest to press down on your opponent's leg. Your leg catch must be precise and coordinated with your turning into a bow stance. Catch leg, hit leg. When your opponent attacks with a straight punch to your head, bend your knees to avoid the punch. Step forward and grab his leg. Your left leg goes in between his leg against the back of his knees, then turn your body to the right to throw. Catch leg, hand reverse sweep. This method is exactly the same as the previous one, except you use your arm instead of your leg to reverse sweep his leg. Catch leg past your back. When your opponent attacks with a kick to your chest, quickly grab their foot. Turn around, bend your body and bend your knees, and then pull his leg over your shoulder. Grab tightly, bend low, and throw him fast and hard. Catch leg, lift up. When your opponent attacks with a kick to your chest, first grab his leg with your elbows bent, then push upward and forward to push him back. Catch him tightly and make this movement fast and continuous. Catch leg, hook kick. When your opponent attacks with a left roundhouse kick, step forward and grab his leg. Extend your left hand past his neck and press downward on his shoulder. Simultaneously, your left leg steps forward and hook kicks his standing leg to throw him down. Reverse sweep throat, hook kick. When your opponent attacks with a right straight punch, use your left arm to block and extend your right arm past his shoulder to sweep downward. Simultaneously, strike with a hook kick. These must strike at the same time. Press neck, lift up knee. When your opponent attacks by grabbing your leg, bend your knees and use your left arm to press downward on his neck. Use your right arm to pull up on your opponent's knee joint and then throw him down to the ground. Bend quickly and flip them over quickly. Fist leg throwing technique. The following are some combinations of fists, kicks, and throws. Left, right, straight punch, catch leg, straight forward throw. Left straight punch, right sweeping punch, grab throat, strike leg throw. Left, right, straight punch, grab, throw, pass your back throw. Left, strike punch, padding step, left roundhouse kick, press neck, lift up knee, throwing method. We already introduced all of these methods. Sanshou is not limited to these. There are all kinds of combinations depending on the real combat situation. You must combine your upper and lower attack as well as your fist and leg methods. Sometimes you can use your punches to draw attention, then attack with a kick. You also must combine left and right attacks as well as vertical and horizontal attacks. Keep your opponent so that they do not know from where your attack is coming or where it would go. Defense techniques. There are two kinds of defense: direct contact and non-direct contact. Pat block. Your forward arm has to be vertical, short and fast. You must cover the area with a short movement. This is used when your opponent attacks with straight punches of horizontal kicks to your upper body. Hanging block. Bend your knees and block with either hand to cover your head and shoulder. Block close to expose as little target as you can. Your arm is close to your body and your fist is close to your head. Turn your body slightly sideways. This is used when your opponent attacks with horizontal kicks and punches to your upper body. Pat pressed. Press forward and downward for this movement. Your power comes out through your palm. Bend your elbow and use strength on your palm and fingers. Your tiger's mouth and fingertips points to your right. This is used when your opponent attacks with straight strikes to your middle target area. Outside lift. Your arm scoops inward from the outside with your upper arm close to your body. Your arm is horizontal. This is used when your opponent attacks your upper and middle body with a kick. Catch his leg and pull him in. Outside hanging. The elbow of your left arm is slightly bent and points backwards. Pull it backward and push downward. The main intent is to combine it with your stepping. This is used when your opponent attacks with kicks to your middle target area. inside hanging. This is best with your left arm. Your arm moves from up to down, push downward to your right in a diagonal path. The distance is very small. Your upper body turns to the right slightly. This is used when your opponent attacks from straight ahead with a kick to your middle target area. Cover elbow. Bend your elbow so your forearm turns outward with your waist turns to the right. Roll your tiger's eye to face downward and inward. Hollow your chest and tighten up your abdomen while locking your head slightly downward. Both of your fists cover tightly to your chest so it looks as if you are close to your doors and windows. This is when your opponent attacks with low high kicks and punches to your middle target and your lower target area. Prevention block. Stamp the ground with both legs and use your shoulder and palm to prevent straight punches and your buttocks to prevent kicks. When you do this, your whole body is tightly closed and you hold your breath. Pull your left shoulder upward and tuck your chin. To block a kick, hollow your chest and tuck your abdomen inward. Both arms are held close for protection in front and minimize your target area. This is used to block attacks and prepare to return the attack. Prevention chop. Bend your left leg at the knee, lifting upward with your toes pointed upward. Your instep is to your power point. Use your whole body to stop the attack. Try to get in before the real attack. Your supporting leg has to be very solid. Step back. Pull your forward legs backward with your weight on your back foot. Pull your leg back quickly with only your toes touching the ground. Your upper body must be straight and your supporting legs must be solid. This is used when your opponent attacks your lower target area. Back body. Shift your weight backwards. Your upper body leans back as your chin tucks downward. This movement cannot be too big. Your weight will settle on your back leg. This is used when your opponent attacks your upper body in preparation for you to counter-attack with your leg. In practice, this is usually combined with a leg kick. Sideways body. Bend your knees and sink your body downwards with your upper body leaning right or left to avoid the attack. When you turn, your eyes still look straight ahead. This is used when your opponent attacks you with a straight strike to your upper body, such as a left and right punch. Ducking body. Bend your knees, sink your crotch, and tighten your body. Duck in an arch-like movement. Both of your fists protect your chest. When you duck down, your knees, waist, and neck must tighten. Your eyes keep looking straight ahead. This is used when your opponent attacks you with a punch or kick to your head. Jump body. Stamp the ground, moving your leg right or left, forward or backward in a jumping-like movement. Your whole body moves very alertly. When you jump to the left, your body turns to the right and vice versa. Your eyes always stays on your opponent. This is used when you do not know your opponent's intention and you want to be in the best counterattack position. Break fall techniques. When you compete in Sanshou or fight in combat, you have to know how to fall. This must be practiced constantly. You must learn realistic falling techniques to improve your ability to withstand the shock of impact. Forward fall. Stand up with your legs together. Your body falls forward. Just before you reach the ground, quickly bend your elbows so both hands support your body and you do not hit the ground. Or bend your elbow and wrist at 90 degrees to actively hit the ground, pushing into it more. Grab back. Your shoulder, then your back, then your buttocks. Touch the ground one by one. Turn over, rolling in a circular movement quickly. Stand up quickly. Roll back. Bend your knees so that you are crouching. Your whole body rolls backward. Your buttocks, then your waist, then your back, then your shoulder. Touch the ground in a circular movement. Back fall throw. Stand still and then bend your knees to fall backwards. Your arms bend slightly with your palms facing downward. Your shoulder and back touch the ground. Both arms slap the ground to reduce the impact. Sanshou, basic training techniques. To understand the essence of Sanshou attack and counterattack techniques, it is most important to train and train without stopping. This is how to improve, and it's also important to transfer these skills to real combat. Sanshou training has several following methods. The first method is stationary practice at slow speed. After the teacher completes instructions on all of the theory, the student practices at slow speed, imitating the movements. More complicated movements must be broken down for practice. De-emphasize the precision of the movements. Instead, work on making the entire movement effective. Every action can be betrayed by telegraphing the intentions of the attack. This is where beginners make the most mistakes. So focus your training on how not to show any signs of your attack. Practice with your coaches and friends, or even in front of a mirror. Practice and practice. Try to improve and enhance the correct movements. Fist methods. Leg practice. Defense practice. Leg catching. Throwing. Footwork combinations. After you have spent time in stationary practice, you can develop understanding your movements according to the needs of your combat situation. Then you must combine this with your footwork using mobility. This puts your technique in a more realistic combat situation. From here, you can initiate the attack as well as be prepared for the counterattack. Practice your movements with your footwork. The most important aspect is to have your upper and lower body match. When your footwork and your fists are coordinated, then your whole body is unified for maximum power. Fist method practice. Kick method practice. non-contact defense practice. Under the supervision of your teacher, or with the assistance of your partner, you can train attacking by command from a set distance. This is still considered non-contact practice since you are responding to a signal to practice attacking in a controlled situation. The advantages of this type of training are that it reduces your fear of being hit and your nervousness. This reinforces the quality of your movements and improves your reaction ability. The third method is partner practice. Partners work in pairs, one being offense and the other defense. This is the next level, full contact. Now you must improve your efficiency. An attack must be large or small, fast or slow, simple or complicated. All is based upon your practice and your partner's ability to maintain control. Partners can train in a group using either stationary or with mobility practice. Stationary practice can conserve energy and increase the density of your movements. In mobility practice, you can practice your footwork and your distance. It is more like a real combat situation. The fourth method is leg catching practice. You can progress from solitary practice, then to partner training, then to real sparring situations. The fifth method is stationary target practice. This encompasses training with practice equipment like sandbags, hanging speedballs, or the traditional method of 1,000 layers of paper. This will improve your speed of movement and power of attack. Set a time period for repeating a single movement or a combination of movements. It has to be fast, strong, and powerful. To improve your tolerance, complete predetermined sets of repetitions of single movements or combinations. You can also practice your combination over several repetitions, such as 1,000 repetitions. When practicing like this, you must be sure that every one of your 1,000 punches is of high quality. The sixth method is practicing with a live target. Your teacher or training partner can use a hard foot target for you to practice your striking. This can significantly improve the speed of your technique as well as the quality. It can increase your reaction speed. Establish a balanced, consistent, and calm reaction. Be sure not to overreact. Through this method, you can achieve automatic movements. Shadowboxing. In this method, you choose one or more different combinations to drill. By doing this, you can improve and increase your technique. This can be practiced alone, as in using a tree for a target or against a partner. This method can enhance your reactions and increase your speed. This can also be practiced alone or with a group. Touch combat practice. In this method, one partner plays the attacker and the other plays the defender. Beginning with single punches and kicks, progress to continuous punches and kicks. This method is good for beginners since it reduces the fear of being hit. Each movement must meet the requirements for an honest strike. However, it is best not to drill this method too much since you do not want to fall into the habit of fighting out of distance. After practicing these methods enough that you can control your reaction skills, you can progress to real combat situations if you have a strong foundation. Then, when you enter into real combat, you can be assured of victory. There is a poem about Sanshou that translates as follows. Combine your defense into your offense. Even when you attack, you must be conscious of your defense. When you attack, your defense is watertight. As long as your defense is watertight, you will be successful with your attack. Your defense must be aggressive. It initiates the attack. Keep this in mind when you defend yourself. Add the attack. Following are 5 common combinations using offensive and defensive combinations in real combat situations, along with feint attack to confuse the opponent. Straight fist, stamp kick. The offense attacks with a left or right straight punch and in a left or right stamp kick. The defense fighter counterattacks with a left or right roundhouse kick. Sweep fist, roundhouse kick. The offense attacks with a left or right sweep fist and a left or right roundhouse. The defense counterattacks with a stamp kick to the legs. Straight fist, stamp kick. The offense attacks with a straight punch and a stamp kick. The defense counters with a pat block, inside or outside hanging block, inside or outside lift, or a leg catch. The principle is the same as the first combination. Straight fists, catch throw. The offense attacks with a straight punch and catching throw. The defense counters with a pat block to prevent the throwing technique. The offensive can use a left or straight right punch, then close in for the throw. The defense can also counter with a left or right uppercut to prevent the throw and initiate a counter throw. Roundhouse catch throw. The defense counters with a pat block, then straight punch, then a counter throw. The offense uses a left or right leg attack for infighting. Defense avoids being thrown, then uses a left or right straight punch, then closes to counter throw the opponent. Body training. Body training is the basic conditioning to build a tolerance within your body to take on any kind of challenge. It can also prevent injury and prolong your fighting career. Body training is divided into three parts: strength training, speed training, and flexibility training. Strength training has the most immediate relationship with your overall body training. It can also increase your technique and endurance. Speed training is divided into action, or movements you originate, and reaction, or movements you make in response to your opponent. The quality of your speed is determined by both action and reaction speed. The principle is to make every part of your body cooperate to achieve the fastest speed. Reaction speed training, usually with a partner. Action speed training, usually shadowboxing. Flexibility training is also called soft tolerance training in Sanshou. It is very important to stay soft and flexible. Shoulder training. Leg training. Waist training. Conditional combat applications. You must understand all of the theory, principles, training, and practice before you enter into a real fight. A Sanshou attacker can use all the punches, kicks, and throws as single techniques or combinations. The defender can also use any single technique or combinations of techniques at the appropriate moment to counterattack. Combat application. In combat, you can use everything you learn and test your real fighting skill. Usually, it is under certain rules with referees to guide the competition. This concludes our Sǎnshǒu series.